Washington, July 13, 2025, in a move that has rattled global markets overnight, former U.S. President Donald Trump, now the Republican frontrunner in the 2025 election, has announced sweeping new import tariffs of 30 to 35% on goods from the European Union, Mexico, and Canada. The surprise decision, revealed during a campaign rally in Ohio, will take effect as early as August 1, sending shockwaves through supply chains that have only just begun to stabilize after years of economic uncertainty. American workers have been squeezed long enough by unfair trade deals. "We need to bring jobs and factories back home," Trump declared to a crowd of supporters, invoking his signature, "America First" mantra that defined his previous term. His team insists the measure is aimed at reducing the trade deficit and reviving domestic manufacturing, but the suddenness of the tariffs has triggered panic among trade partners and U.S. businesses alike. Who will feel the impact first? For the EU, the blow lands squarely on high-value industries. German and French automakers are bracing for steep cost increases on cars and auto parts, while exporters of wine, luxury goods, and cosmetics are equally exposed. Mexico faces perhaps the harshest hit. The country's lifeline industries, car parts, agricultural products, textiles, and electronics assembly, will all see tariffs spike to as high as 35%, threatening thousands of jobs in its cross-border manufacturing hubs. Canada, one of America's longest-standing trade partners and a major supplier of oil, lumber, and grains, will be no exception. Its exports could face tariffs of 35%, fueling fears that energy costs and raw material prices may surge in the U.S., ironically squeezing American industries that rely on stable North American supply chains. Allies react with caution and threats. The EU responded within hours, convening an emergency ministerial meeting in Brussels. According to diplomatic sources, European leaders are considering a retaliatory tariff package worth €21 billion, likely targeting U.S. agricultural exports such as soybeans and beef, and tightening tax scrutiny on American tech giants operating in Europe. Mexico's president described the tariffs as a political punch, timed to win over Trump's base in America's manufacturing heartland. Canada's trade officials called the move economically reckless, warning that it could undermine the delicate recovery in North American trade since the pandemic. Businesses divided, inflation fears loom. Back home, the business community is split. Domestic steel, aluminum, and parts manufacturers see an opportunity to win back market share from foreign competitors. But small and medium-sized businesses, many of which rely on affordable imported components, fear rising production costs will force them to hike retail prices, adding to household burdens. Major retailers like Walmart and Target have publicly expressed concern that the tariffs could push up consumer prices just as Americans are regaining purchasing power. Economists say the risk of inflation rebounding is real, especially with the holiday shopping season only months away. A gift to competitors? Experts warn that the trade shock could push America's partners to deepen ties elsewhere. EU exporters may accelerate sourcing in Asia, Pacific markets to offset U.S. losses. Mexico and Canada, too, could expand deals with China and ASEAN, diversifying away from an increasingly protectionist America. Politics or policy? Though the tariffs are drawing fierce backlash abroad and at home, they are a potent political tool. Once again, Trump is wielding trade policy as a symbol of his hardline stance against globalization, a message that resonates strongly with swing voters in states battered by factory closures. Analysts say the world could be witnessing the dawn of a trade war 2.0 if countermeasures escalate. Whether these tariffs remain a threat or turn into prolonged confrontation depends on whether the EU, Mexico, and Canada choose negotiation or retaliation. For now, one thing is clear: as the 2025 election heats up, global trade stability is once again hostage to America's domestic politics, and supply chains worldwide must brace for a new round of disruption. Sources: The Guardian, Reuters, SCMP, and International Trade Reports. This is Short Trend News.